Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I'm your host. Let's get into it. U.S. government moves nearly 10,000 Bitcoin worth over $300 million related to Silk Road seizure. Bitcoin ETF is needed. Seal of approval for BTC Mike Novogratz. And Europe's first spot Bitcoin ETF eyes 2023 debut after a year-long delay. Everybody is moving faster than the United States to the market. Current market cap sitting at 1.19 trillion. Current Bitcoin dominance at 49.9%. ETH dominance at 19 flat. And 25 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. Fear and greed slowly ticking up to that greed side. 58. Still considered neutral. What are we looking at? Honestly, in my opinion, it is looking like another sideways day. And Bitcoin will show us that. But are there any big gainers? 5% here on the daily. Nothing too crazy, y'all. Again, the last week has been kind of sideways. Every time Bitcoin seems like it's going to pump a little bit, it definitely gets rejected and pulls back. Look, and I'm no expert when it comes to TA by any means, shape, or form. 11.28% down, Kava. Yeah, no expert by any shape, form, or whatever when it comes to TA trading. But to me, this sideways movement we're looking at right now seems 13.24% for Singularity, AGIX. It seems heavily manipulated. And with the market, there's your market. It's boring and sideways right now. We're going to go on Bitcoin and I'll show you what I mean. These giant pumps with these instant rejections, same thing, I guess. Rejections to push it back under this $30,800 level, which I have been talking about for almost 3 weeks now. It just giant pumps to back under 30,800. Giant pumps, back down, pumps, back down, pumps, back down. Move, pump. It looks like we're gonna no. Pump, no. Pump, no. See what I'm saying? And we're getting a little bit of a pump on the 4-hour again right now. But this is it, guys. This is what we've been looking at, and to me, this looks heavily manipulated. I don't know what the goal, besides just accumulating more Bitcoin. I don't know what the goal to manipulate it in this way would be. Unless, even thinking about it right now, unless whales or whoever's manipulating it, people with lots of money, right? Traditional finance guys, who knows? Big hedge funds, whatever, big players in the financial markets that are trying to keep this under 30,800 just to acquire more. This might be happening, and then there's so many people that want to buy at that $30,000 level that's propping up the price. Maybe they're trying to push it down more, but it's just not happening because there's so many people that want to buy at right around $30,000. I don't know, man. Again, I'm not that smart. This isn't financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor by any means. I'm not even the best trader. Half the time I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so don't pay attention to me. But literally nothing for the last 2 weeks that I've been talking about on the channel has changed with Bitcoin from what I can see until we get a serious move either above 30,008 and get a daily close above, because we've gotten 4-hour closes. I think we've gotten 8 to 12-hour closes above it. Let me just hit to 12. Yeah, we got a close up here on the 12, see the 8. Yeah, right around here. This is where this looked really promising. This little cluster right here. But from that being said, unless we get a daily candle close, in my opinion, above this 30, and maybe even a couple daily candle closes above this 30,800 level, nothing's changing, in my opinion. All right. And so on and so forth, even to the downside. If we don't get like a big daily 12 whatever hour candle close below, let's just say, I have it marked at 29.89. We'll just say 30,000, man. This is 30,000. This is the war. Everybody's trying to get in either at or just below 30,000. Now, on a daily candle setup, this is looking like a beautiful bull flag. And that's a huge bull flag. But we'll keep our eye on it, see what happens, man. It's boring right now, guys. That's all I can say. That's all I got. All right, on to the news, and we'll get you out of here. U.S. government moves nearly 10,000 Bitcoin worth over $300 million related to the Silk Road seizure. The government previously promised to liquidate approximately 40,000 remaining Bitcoin from the seizure in 4 more batches over the remainder of the calendar year. They are liquidating the Silk Road seizure Bitcoin, which has a lot of people thinking that's going to tank the market. Yet here we are, above 30,000 still. A cryptocurrency wallet associated with the United States Department of Justice moved approximately 9,825.25 Bitcoin worth around $299 million in a series of transactions on July 12th. It's unclear at this time whether the transactions, which appear to have ultimately propagated to at least 101 new wallets, were sent to exchange addresses for sale or remain in the custody of the Department of Justice. Initially, approximately 9,825 of the Bitcoin associated with the Silk Road seizure moved in a pair of transactions set to 3 addresses around 1 p.m. UTC. The bulk of the coins, 8,200 Bitcoin worth nearly $250 million as of the time of this article's publication, were sent to a single address, which subsequently split the total amount across 101 separate addresses a little over an hour later. That's weird. Why would they do this? Are they trying to hide it? I don't know. The U.S. government previously revealed that it had plans to offload the rest of its BTC from the Silk Road seizure over the course of 4 batch transactions throughout the remainder of the calendar year. According to the current on-chain data, it's possible the U.S. government could be testing liquidity strategies. That would make sense. Welcome to crypto, government. One account associated with batch transactions conducted on March 7th, 2023 appears to have profited in the amount of $237,934,919 on 30,174.7 in Bitcoin holdings not currently associated with the July 12th batch transactions. However, another account has received 9,825.6 Bitcoin from the DOJ during the March 7th batch distribution, those coins among 101 accounts. The same account later joined 599 other accounts to send a total of approximately 0.1 Bitcoin, about $3,032 as of the time of this article's publication, to yet another account, which then spread its holdings of approximately 51 Bitcoin across 37 addresses. That's some complicated shit. While speculations abound about the exact nature of the transactions, which now spans some 800 plus wallet addresses, the sheer number of transactions associated wallets market makes tracking exactly what the U.S. government is doing with each coin an increasingly challenging endeavor. This lack of certainty, get it out. This lack of certainty has led some members of the crypto community to fear that Bitcoin is being nuked, or that the U.S. government, its wake introducing coin movement, will ripple throughout the cryptocurrency economy and cause investors to abandon what some see as the early stages of a bull run. How? It's not even that much money. Like 300 million in Bitcoin moving around isn't like... If you see this and this terrifies you and makes you want to get out of crypto, you probably shouldn't be here to begin with. That's not a ton of money. That's not going to nuke the bull run. Jesus Christ, people. Other enthusiasts have dismissed such commentary as unnecessary fear. That's how I feel. Uncertainty and doubt based on the lack of tidal movement. More than 6 hours after the transaction were clocked, Bitcoin has seen less than 1% of a market movement. Thank you. Like, $300 million of Bitcoin, even if they did that several times over the course of a year, like they said, it's not a ton of money. What is here? What is Bitcoin's market cap right now? Okay. Bitcoin's market cap is just over $500 billion. $300 million isn't doing shit. Wow. Crushing the next bull market. Oh, people, come on, man. Think about it a little more. All right. Bitcoin ETF is the needed seal of approval for Bitcoin, Mike Novogratz. Mr. Novogratz said. The Galaxy Digital founder believes approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF would essentially be a United States regulatory and government nod for Bitcoin. Well, yes, absolutely. The approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF would equate to a seal of approval for Bitcoin from the United States government and its securities regulators, says Mike Novogratz. In a July 12th interview with Bloomberg TV, the founder of crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital spoke about the multiple spot Bitcoin ETF filings before the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, including one from the $10 trillion asset manager BlackRock. What I do think is BlackRock, Invesco, and the group of ETF providers is a real signal that adoption is coming, Novogratz said. He added, many are nervous about investing in crypto, and the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF would be an easy first step for most to start investing in the asset. Novogratz explained there is a giant infrastructure in place for the ETFs, along with BlackRock proposed ETFs from Valkyrie, Invesco, VanEck, WisdomTree, Fidelity, and a joint fund by ARK Invest and 21 Shares are also lined up for approval. Novogratz believes that many of these will likely end up being approved. The SEC is not going to approve one, so you're going to have these giant sales forces out there giving access to people that didn't have access before. The SEC chair, Gary Gensler, has previously claimed that everything other than Bitcoin falls under his agency's peer review, and other crypto projects are securities, as there are typically known developers and profits are anticipated based on their work. We all know this. Novogratz was evasive when asked his thoughts on if Galaxy and Invesco spot Bitcoin ETF would be able to list before the end of the year. The SEC has been really stubborn and really tough on crypto, he said. No one of significance has gotten through the listing process. We are in that process, and it has been a long and frustrating path. I'll leave it at that, he added, because he doesn't know. What's wrong with that? No one knows, because they're doing dumb shit over there. I think we're probably going to need either a change of heart at the SEC or a change of administration to see real progress in crypto regulation here in the United States. I completely agree. Novogratz predicted the price of Bitcoin will end the year at a high. If you take out the top, we'll have a nice leg up, he said. Yeah. These ETFs, I mean, again, which is crazy though, because we've been talking about ETFs for quite some time, and it's always been the hopium. Now, if none of these ETFs get approved, don't think that that's going to stop the next bull cycle. It's not. It's good because we haven't had one yet. We've had plenty of bull cycles, right? Nothing's going to change. It's all based off of the happening. Stop worrying about it. Now, if these do get approved, expect something big. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. All right. Europe's first spot Bitcoin ETF eyes 2023 debut after a year-long delay. Let's go Europe. Jacob Asset Management got approval from Guernsey financial regulator in October of 2021 and was set to debut on Euronet Amsterdam Exchange in July of 2022. Europe's first spot Bitcoin ETF is set to debut later this year after a long delay. The Bitcoin ETF by Jacobi Asset Management, a London-based multi-asset investment platform, was set to debut on Euronext Amsterdam Exchange in July of 2022. However, unprecedented market conditions caused by the collapse of the Terra ecosystem in May of 2022, as well as the FTX collapse in November, forced the asset manager to postpone the listing. The Jacoby Bitcoin ETF received approval from this thing, Financial Services Commission, the GFSC. We're going to just say that from here on out, to launch its Bitcoin ETF in October 2021. The asset manager told the Financial Times that it has decided to launch the ETF now because it has seen a gradual shift in demand compared to with 2022. The asset manager told Cointelegraph that it is still assessing the launch and will share a date soon. The Jacoby Bitcoin ETF is a centrally cleared crypto-backed financial instrument with custody supported by Fidelity Digital Assets, a major shift from the usual exchange-traded notes, ETNs. In Europe, all of the crypto-backed traditional financial instruments were structured as ETNs rather than funds. The major difference between an ETN and an ETF is that the ETF shareholders owns a portion of the fund's underlying assets, while ETN investors own debt security. ETFs, unlike ETNs, cannot be leveraged or use derivatives, which could otherwise lead to market manipulation. While Europe approved its first spot Bitcoin ETF in October, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has rejected all spot Bitcoin ETFs to date. We know this. However, in 2023 alone, nearly half a dozen institutional giants, including the likes of BlackRock and Fidelity, have filed fresh spot Bitcoin ETF applications in hopes of becoming the first U.S.-approved spot Bitcoin ETF. The SEC has already approved a couple of future Bitcoins, right? Which is funny. You can approve a derivatives ETF, but not a spot ETF. Interesting. Has already approved a couple of futures Bitcoin ETFs in 2021. Collect this art. Oh God, stop doing this. Cointelegraph, you're kind of shitty. We're just gonna say that. Collect this article as an NFT. You're literally writing this into the article so people read it as it's an article, or as it's part of the article. Excuse me. It's fucking dog shit. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. Bitcoin one last time. 30,550. Guys, if you enjoy the content that I provide for you here every morning, Monday through Friday, please, by all means, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications, watch, like, and share the videos on all of your social platforms, please. We're finally above 70 subscribers. I thank you. Yeah, let's get this thing to 100. Let's get 100 subscribers. Why not? Please. Help. All right, guys. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm out of here.